Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Join us Friday, April 24th through Sunday, April 26th for our first homestand of the season and our 5th anniversary celebration. Score big with $5 tickets. Grab $5 domestic draft beers. Enjoy $5 popcorn. And yes, 2 Nathan's hot dogs for just $5. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Democrats do not play politics the way Republicans do. The difference between the parties, they do not. They do not.
Please.
Democrats play by the Marquis de Queensberry rules. I think they do not. They're not rule breakers.
Oh no!
What's been fun?
You're trying to tell me
they're not.
If the Democrats take the Senate,
I would hope they would.
2027.
I hope
in 2027, and Alito retires, and Trump names a Supreme Court justice, that the Democrats are going to have hearings and actually confirm him?
I think they will.
Or her?
Because they don't
Not a chance.
That racist biatch, Joy Reid, trying to convince my guy Maury Povich that the Democrats play nice. Is she kidding me? Joy Reid is one of the most repugnant, just disgusting, repulsive, racist hags, that God has ever created. Is that fair to say? No.
Yeah, she's up there, that's for sure.
She is so disgusting. Democrats play by the rules. Are you nuts? She's the same asshole, I said it, that's right, who, when I spoke at Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden, spliced a video. Her and Rachel Maddow both did it. Reid and Maddow. Maddow, whatever her stupid name is. They actually spliced the video between my speech at President Trump's rally right before he won and the Nazi rally in 1936 at Madison Square Garden. Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow. Oh, I can't stand her. Rich Lowry is coming up next, and Rich will be happy to know that he inspired me to write a tweet last night at Sid Rosenberg 19. That's my Twitter account, at Sid Rosenberg 19. It goes like this. Any Jewish person that still identifies Joy Reid as a Democrat is a traitor. That goes for family and friends. Look at this vile radical woman who just won in New Jersey. Take a look at Amir Makhled. This is a Rich Lowry story. Selected by the Dems to sit on the Board of Regents at the University of Michigan. And the worst of all is our radical Islam mayor right here in New York City. Jew haters and socialists is now officially the Democrat Party. Congratulations, Joy Reid. It's been trending since the squad, but now it's everywhere. As Rich Lowry points out, the Islamization of U.S. politics is here. That's not what our country was built on. God help us. So there you go, Rich. You inspired a tweet from Sid Rosenberg last night.
That's really inspiring stuff, Sid, and it's amazing to talk to the Chief Nakahoma of the New York Mets. You leave, and they just start losing.
Yeah.
They got to find a way to bring you back, Sid.
Well, that's up to Steve Cohen. I was told on a serious note by a mutual friend yesterday that Cohen is going to reach out to me today. We'll see. But on a serious note, nobody in the country was even talking about that hug, which most sane people, I understand, didn't care much about it. But I went nuts because I've shaken hands with Mr. and Mrs. Met before. We've had nice interactions. But that hug with Mamdani was nearly porn. I'm like, what is this? And then I went out and I called, as you know, Rich, Mr. Met, an anti-Semite. And ever since then, the Mets have lost all 11 games.
This might, I don't mean to be slighting about your impact in New York City and elsewhere, but this might be your biggest thing you've ever driven.
Well, it's only true if you give me the credit for it. So, for example, Brian Kilmeade and Stu Varney gave me credit for it yesterday. Bill O'Reilly, Mark Simone, Outkick on Fox News. But, you watch the local media. Marshall Kramer interviewing the mayor yesterday on CBS about the Met curse. She didn't even mention my name. It all started with me.
That's
right?
terrible. That's terrible.
Terrible.
Credit where it's due, but I'm not sure how much you're a Yankee fan yet. I think you're a little tranced at the moment.
Oh, no.
You're still watching Mets games?
Well, I want them to lose, so I watch the.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching the Yankees.
You have right now, if I mention that the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009, do you have a sick feeling in your stomach?
No, I didn't care about the Yankees back then. So the last 17.
Well, you're not a true Yankee fan.
No. The last 17 years mean nothing to me. I'm only a Yankee fan for 17 days, even less.
All right, so you expect to have a sick feeling in your stomach if we don't win it all this year?
Yes, this year I'll be very disappointed. And I sat there last night. I watched Stanton hit that monstrous home run. I watched Stanton hit that big 2-run double. I was thrilled to see Luis Gil pitch so well. So I watched almost the whole Yankee game at Fenway Park. But it's kind of like when I watch Fox News, I enjoy it. That's the Yankees. And when I go to MS Now, I hate watch.
Freaking out in MS Now. Yeah,
yes,
I get it.
There it is.
I get it. That makes sense.
All right. So here's the story that you put out, which was syndicated in the New York Post yesterday. Michigan's Dearborn Dems preview the future of U.S. politics. And you're talking specifically about Amir Makhled, who is now a nominee for the seat on the University of Michigan Board of Regents. And again, you go back to this disgusting Lady Mejia, who beat Joe Hathaway in New Jersey. She took Mikey Muhammad Sherrill's old seat. The mayor here in New York City. This is not an okay trend. This is United States politics. And I think that was the point you were making just yesterday.
Yeah, of course. So this race in Michigan wasn't the most important one. Is for a seat on the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, but still very telling. This guy, Makhled, he praised Hezbollah leaders on Twitter. He praised Soleimani on Twitter. He retweeted Candace Owens, that nut job, saying that Israelis are murderers and liars and blackmailers and evil and all demons and all the rest of it. And he beat a Jewish guy, completely respectable Democrat, used to be an Obama attorney, who'd been victimized by anti-Semitic vandalism, in the pro-Hamas protests because he wasn't with those people at his office, at his home, his wife's car, and the Jew lost, and the Jew hater won. And that's really a sign of where the party is going. So we have a lot of crazy anti-Semitic right-wing influencers, but they haven't changed the orientation of Republican politics, where Democrats are changing before our eyes.
No, because they're not involved with the administration. I mean, Tucker Carlson doesn't work for Trump, and now Trump has this, and now even Tucker's son, who was working with J.D. Vance, that kid's out. I'm not sure if he walked out to start his own political firm or they kicked him out, but they have no role in government. These Democrats are all real politicians.
Yeah, if they win in 28, you'll have some effort to make Israel into apartheid-era South Africa. That's how they'll regard it. Now, I don't think they'll actually be able to do it. It'll be a little bit like Biden was with Saudi Arabia at the beginning of this term. We're going to turn our back on these people. Then you realize they're so important you can't. But that'll be the tendency. This is a very serious thing.
I agree with you 100%. And Mamdani is the face of all of it. You do realize that. He's the face of all of it. So I got a buddy at the Pentagon last night who sent me this. You know I love Trump more than anybody, okay? I think more than Melania. And I feel badly ever criticizing the president. I'm not sure this is criticizing him, but somebody at the Pentagon did. And I'm starting to look at some of this and go, some of it makes a little bit of sense. Look, I'm still happy that President Trump started this with Iran. I thought it was a necessity. I still do. This is the country that is the reason why you've got those terror proxies killing Americans. Listen carefully, folks. I know it's all about the Jews for Sid, killing Americans and Israelis, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, and other Iranian groups over the last 47 years. So I'm all for President Trump starting the war, but now it's starting to get silly. All right, you're 2 months in. It's another ceasefire, and I think we're confused. I really do. So I got this last night from a friend who was at the Pentagon. And it says, Sid, before the war, Iran did not control the Strait of Hormuz. They do now. Iran oil was sanctioned. Now it's not. Iran was not really building a nuclear weapon, according to the Pentagon Intelligence Agency. Now they will. U.S. bases in the Gulf were assets. Now they're liabilities. And everyone is laughing at us because the truth is Trump and the United States is stuck. Any validity, in your opinion, Rich, to any of that?
I think there's validity to it. I know that's not quite my take, but I think it was a big problem that we didn't plan properly around an Iranian attempt to take over the Strait of Hormuz prior to the war. According to the credible reporting, it's because Trump just thought they'd capitulate before then. Clearly they haven't. So we are stuck at the moment. I think the blockade is a creative idea and one that has a lot of merit, and we can basically trade eventually, I think, we'll end the blockade if you end your blockage of the strait, and then we'll get some sort of JCPOA type deal. I think it'll be a little better probably than the JCPOA, but I think it'll be a better situation because you're layering on top of some assurance that they'll pause for a while, massive destruction of their weapon systems, their military, and their economy. So I think it'll take years for them to recover from this. Is it everything you would have hoped for at the outset? The regime falls or we go get the uranium? No, it's going to be a continuation of what's been a 50-year war. But are they more powerful or less than they were 3 or 4 weeks?
Not even close. Right? They're less powerful.
Be less for years.